How many idiots does it take to install a ceiling fan? Well, if you're talking about this one here, just one. My name is John. Welcome to my money pit. This boring white ceiling fan was in our kitchen when we bought the house, and we've always wanted to replace it because it's ugly and it doesn't have any lights on it. I know what you're thinking, and I agree. I'm not sure if a kitchen is the best place for a ceiling fan either. What is it, 1992? But hey, there's already support for it in the ceiling, and it's already wired with a separate switch for the lights and the fan. We were experiencing a massive heat wave, and I really didn't feel like working on the kitchen island I'm building in the back of my barn, which is like being in an oven. So I said, put on your Sunday best, kids. We're going to Lowe's. Now, I was joking around when I suggested ceiling fans are like decorating a home in 1992. I mean, they must be pretty popular. Look at all these. What do you think?
I like this one. That one.
What Mama wants, Mama gets. We decided, and by that I mean Lisa decided, this Harbor Breeze Hamilton model was the one. The style fits our kitchen really well, and it's way nicer than some of the other options they had.
Oh no. Who would put a basket on their ceiling? That just looks dumb. What is it?
Ugly is what it is.
But what is it? Is it a light or a fan or just a basket hanging from the ceiling?
It's right there.
Oh,
No thanks.
that's kind of dumb.
To install this thing, I first started with the thing that anyone messing around with electrical in their home should do, which is cut the breaker off so you don't get zapped. My breaker box isn't labeled properly, which doesn't surprise me at all, so I just had to keep turning them off until the existing fan stopped running. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a voltage meter here just to make sure, but I don't have one. So I'm just going to have to trust that if it's running and I cut the breaker off and it stops, the power's off. The next thing to think about for a ceiling fan is support. If your ceiling box is only set up to hold a ceiling titty or some other small fixture, you'll need to take an extra step. And yes, I'm pretty sure ceiling titty is the technical name for this type of fixture. I really have no idea why they call them that. If you find out that your box isn't supported for a ceiling fan, you'll need to add what's called an old work ceiling fan electrical box just to ensure the fan doesn't end up on your floor. This is important. This will involve removing the existing box from your ceiling and replacing it with an appropriately supported box. I know this sounds intimidating, but I promise it's not. Since I didn't have to do it here, I don't want to leave you hanging, so I'm going to include a card to a great video on how to do this. It's from a channel called Everyday Home Repairs, and he explains this part really, really well. The link to that video will also be in the description. Ceiling fans do require a bit of assembly out of the box, but again, this is something I don't want you to be intimidated by. This particular fan from Harbor Breeze came with really easy to follow instructions that'll make it pretty much impossible to screw up. Plus, most of the parts of these fans only really go on one way, so there's no way it can be done wrong. With it assembled as far as it needs to be to begin the install, I began the install. It starts with a bracket that attaches directly to the electrical box. The bracket that came with this fan looks just like this one, but I do have a story to tell you about this. The story goes like this. I set up my camera, got it in place on top of a cabinet so it would be a good angle, and I got to work. Once I had the main body of the fan installed, wired, secured to the box, and tested to make sure everything's right, I realized I never pushed the record button on the camera. Making YouTube videos about these projects around my house is fun for me. It's the making of these videos that's my hobby, so to have done the bulk of this work and gotten zero footage to show for it would have completely ruined the video and made it pointless to even upload. So I disconnected everything, pulled it off the ceiling, and started over. Don't believe me? The things I do for these silly videos. Anyway, wiring is scary. I totally get it. But when it comes to this kind of thing, it's super simple. Black goes to black, white goes to white, and the bare copper wire goes to the bare copper wire. It's pretty much foolproof, but it's also not. See, things get a little more complicated if you have a light kit on the fan like this one does. That light kit will need power too, so the fourth wire on the fan, which is blue, will also need to connect to the black wire. And it's even more complicated if you have a switch on the wall that's wired specifically for the lights, meaning I have two light switches on the wall, one that's for the fan only and one that's for the lights only. In that case, the blue wire from the fan will connect to the red wire coming out of the wall. How will you know if yours has a dedicated switch? Well, if you have a switch on your wall that does absolutely nothing, and then you find a red wire in your ceiling that's connected to nothing, then you know. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but listen, the instructions are very easy to follow on this, so just refer to them and you'll be fine. I promise you do not need a degree in engineering to figure this out. Now, can I just say this? I'm 50 years old and I'm a massive movie fan. In my 50 years of watching movies, I've never seen an actor better than Daniel Day-Lewis. Leo DiCaprio would be a close second, but here's the thing. Those two idiots can't even shake a stick at the performance I'm putting on in this segment of the video. I believe I deserve an Oscar for not only delivering such a good performance here that it made you believe it was the first time I'd actually wired this thing, but also because I did such a great job hiding the absolute rage I felt for having to do it the second time. The rage was so incredibly intense, I could have easily filmed that scene from There Will Be Blood. I drink your milkshake.
I drink it up!
Anyway, now that the main hub of the fan was installed, it's time to do the part of this project that's the biggest pain in the butt, and that's installing the blades. Is it hard work? No. It's just super awkward because when you put a blade on one side, it starts leaning it, making it super tough to find the holes on the other side. Then you get the other side in and it's leaning even more. It's practically a wrestling match to get all these blades attached, but with a little patience, which I had very little of at this point, they all go on nicely. With the blades on, we're rounding third and heading home. There's just a couple more things to button up, starting with the light bulbs, then the little cage that surrounds them. These are the bulbs that came with the fan, and I hate them. I'm more of a daylight bulb guy myself, but these'll do till we get more. I cut the breaker back on, tested out the switches, and we're off. Everything's working perfectly. For the second time. As for a review of this Harbor Breeze fan, I like it a lot. It looks and feels really nice, operates silently, and was a breeze to install. You see what I did there? Told you I was a genius. Maybe I should become a cobbler in my off time. Listen, installing a ceiling fan is not a difficult job at all. It's something anyone can do, even an idiot like me. So if you call a guy to come out and charge you an arm and a leg to install it, just understand, the whole time he's doing it, he's going to be thinking to himself, I can't believe they're paying me to do this. Anyway, if you like the way I put these videos together and want to support my quest to bring this almost 200-year-old home back to its full glory, you can do that by clicking the join button down below. And if that's not your thing, just subscribing helps out quite a bit. I definitely appreciate any support this channel receives, financial or otherwise. Thank you. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. I abandoned my child! I abandoned my child!